Willkommen zurück zu Sherlock Holmes. So, zurück ins Scotland Yard mit neuen Erkenntnissen. Mal schauen, was unser junger Verdächtiger zu berichten hat. Oh, da sitzt jetzt ein neuer. Und er sitzt hier immer noch. Dawson and Nelligan.
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes, Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
Okay. Logbücher untersuchen. Untersuchen Sie den Mord an Peter Carey? Ja. John Nelligan scheint kein gewöhnlicher Einbrecher zu sein. Welche Rolle spielt er in diesem Fall? Das Schiffslogbuch für das Jahr 1883 könnte Licht in das Dunkel hinsichtlich der Verbindung zwischen Peter Carey und Nelligans Vater bringen. Schiffslogbuch. Wo finde ich die denn? Schiffslogbuch. Der Tote hängt ja nicht mal an der Wand. Liegt der jetzt hier? Nee. Um das Schiffslogbuch zu finden, muss ich diese Kiste finden.
Locked.
Verschlossen. Gibt's dann. Warum ist das verschlossen?
These are the suspect's belongings.
Da benötigt man immer noch einen Gegenstand. Das zu verstehen. Ein Suchen und Finden.
A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful. A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful. My archive. I can always consult with it if needed. My archive.
Wo
My
finde ich das Logbuch?
archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
Mr. Watson.
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
Immer doch die Dame.
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
Vielleicht hat die Frau doch was damit zu tun. Hat die vielleicht die Kiste da weggenommen? Und dieses Haus nicht absuchen kann?
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
Mein armer Mann, ja. Wer ist nur zu sowas fähig? Gegenstand benötigt, ja. Schuhe.
This window is locked from the inside. I do not see any attempt at a break-in.
Noch.
1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn.
Peter Carey, Kapitän. Charles Alliston, 1. Mart. Henry Joe, 2. Mart. Okay.
Log notes for June. Nothing unusual.
Donnerstag, 8. Juni. Leichte Brise den Tag über. Walflossen gerichtet. Im Südost nachts 2 weitere Schiffe gesichtet. Okay.
Log notes for July. Nothing special.
August.
Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away.
Hier fehlt etwas.
Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away.
Was ist das?
Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR, a torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
Die Seemänner ausfindig machen, die dabei waren. Verwenden. Ein Stück eines Wertpapiers der Canadian Pacific Railway. Es wurde im Logbuch der Sea Unicorn für August 1883 gefunden, wo allerdings die Seite herausgerissen wurde. Das Logbuch der See Unicorn für das Jahr 1883. Darin ist auch eine Liste der Besatzung zu finden. Die Seite für August 83 wurde herausgerissen. Wiggins könnte bei der Suche nach der Besatzung der Sea Unicorn helfen. Er müsste irgendwo in der Baker Street sein. Baker Street. Da man ja schlecht mit Toten reden kann.
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they're still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
Ermittlungsarbeiten sind gar nicht so einfach. Ab nach Scotland Yard. Der Inspektor verlangt genau unsere Expertise.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always. What happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes. He refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.
Das wird niemals passieren, dass Mr. Holmes Scotland Yard lobt.
These are the
Untersuchen.
suspect's belongings.
Stiefel.
Liam Hurtley's old boots. They're a size 9.5.
Brief voller Flecken.
The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals.
Füllerfederhalter. Füllfeder.
Nothing unusual about it. These are the suspect.
Okay, das ist scheinbar nichts Wichtiges. Dann auf Woodman's Lee. Untersuchen. Stiefel. Passt.
These boots match the footprints exactly.
Sehr gut. Kein Gärtner, Hartleys Stiefelabdrücke. Ungeklärte Anwesenheit. Liam Hurtleys Stiefel passen perfekt zu den Abdrücken im Garten von Woodman's Lee. Was beweist, dass er dort gewesen ist. Doch Judith Curry behauptet, es gebe keinen Gärtner in Woodman's Lee. Mal schauen, ob die gute Dame da was zu erzählen kann. Oder verheimlicht sie auch etwas?
Who could do such a thing?
Ne, sie will nicht sprechen.
Poor husband.
Sie ist ganz verschwiegen. So, auf zu Baker Street. Den Text entschlüsseln. Chemikalientisch war doch hier irgendwo. Warte mal. Da vorne.
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction.
Aha.
First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
Es fehlen also ein paar Farben. Blau. Dann unbekannt. Farblose Chemikalie. Das ist grüne. Die beiden Orangen.
No, something isn't right. I need to start the reaction from the beginning again.
Da stimmt ja etwas nicht. Junge. Okay, blau. Vielleicht nochmal blau.
No, something isn't right. I need to start the reaction from the beginning again.
Dann beginnen wir das erneut.
No, something isn't right. I need to start the reaction from the beginning again.
Kann ich die Hinweise nochmal hören? Wenn Sie diesen Abschnitt jetzt verlassen, wird Ihr Fortschritt nicht gespeichert. Trotzdem beenden? Nein, auf keinen Fall.
First condition. all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
Was?
First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
Alle sollten verwendet werden. Aber nach der blauen sollten als drittes die orange Flüssigkeit verwendet werden. Direkt danach die durchsichtige.
No, something isn't right. I need to start the reaction from the beginning again. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
Nochmal die Orange. Und danach die durchsichtige.
Done. Now I can proceed further.
Yay, es hat geklappt.
Let us see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery.
Ich muss das sogar selber freiwischen hier.
I did as you asked and hid them well. Interesting. How would Hurtley react to this?
Ich habe sie gut versteckt, wie du mich gebeten hast. Aber ich bitte dich, überlege es dir echt. Ich schweige und erinnere dich an unsere Schwur. Ich habe nichts Ehrloses getan, für das du mich... Okay. Wahrscheinlich die Kiste. Die Kiste hat er versteckt. Oder? Warte, falsch. Ab nach Scotland Yard. kann ich jetzt den neuen Verhafteten anhören? Gar keiner da. Okay.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
Aha. Kann ihn
Allow
aufrufen.
me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
Precisely, and considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell you. But you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see.
Wir werden sehen. Was haben wir denn da? Noch eine Narbe. Eine alte Narbe, okay. Taschentuch mit Haubenmeise. Pflanzenreste. Hände eines Gärtners, ja. Woodman's Lee.
Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
Tabakbeutel. Gepflegter Garten. Was?
Tell me,
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
Hurtley's Stiefel passen. So.
the second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
Anwesenheit in Woodman's Lee. Was haben Sie versteckt?
So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
Hurtley's brief.
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one, but it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley. Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Gärtner. Gepflegter Garten. Hurtley's Stiefel passen. Gärtner.
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
Aha.
That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads, but now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
Wo ist das Werkzeug versteckt? Laut Hurtleys Brief und seiner Aussage hat er dort, wo das Gartenwerkzeug aufbewahrt wird, etwas versteckt. Er ist der Gärtner von Woodman's Lee. Von daher sollte ich dort unbedingt nach dem Versteck suchen. Ich glaube, wenn ich das finde, das wird wahrscheinlich die Box sein. Wenn ich die Box finde, dann löst sich das auf. Warte mal, ich spreche mal mit der Frau. Wenn das jetzt wo geht. Wenn sie nicht wieder so verschwiegen ist. Ja,
Locked.
abgeschlossen. Liam Hurtley.
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Na, lügt doch. Sie lügt.
Madam, we have information that the valuable stolen papers are hidden amongst the garden tools here at Woodman's Lee. We need to find them.
Oh my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
Thank you, madam.
Sie lügt doch.
Let's see what could be hidden here.
Sehen, was wir hier finden. Okay, so sieht man nichts. Holzboden, hier. Loses Brett. Aha, die Kiste. Kleines Holzkästchen.
Let us see what is in this box.
Okay. So. Aha. So sieht das aus. Schauen wir dann an. Ja, richtig interessant hier. Warte mal, man kann sie alle drehen, okay? Tada! Was haben wir denn da Schönes? Ein paar Briefe.
A bundle of letters in a woman's hand with the Carey family monogram. Hurtley and Mrs. Carey were in a relationship. That is interesting.
Hurtley und Mrs. Carey hatten ein Verhältnis. Ach, guck mal an. Mein geliebter Liam, solange ich dich kenne, warst du immer so gut zu mir. Ich kann meine Gefühle nicht mit Worten ausdrücken, aber ich denke, sie sind voller Sünde und führen zu nichts Gutem. Ich habe Angst davor, was passieren könnte. Ich habe Angst davor, gegen Gottes Gebote zu verstoßen. Ich danke dir vom tiefsten Herzen für deine Güte, aber ich kann den Mann nicht verlassen, mit dem mich der Allmächtige zusammengebracht hat. Es ist sein göttlicher Wille und daher ist mein Mann das Kreuz, das ich tragen muss. Er macht mir das Leben zwar zur Hölle, aber mit der Zeit heilen alle Wunden. Sogar die. Sorge dich bitte nicht um mich. Ja, jetzt kommt das raus hier. Sie und Liam Hurtley.
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Umrisse im Staub. Umrisse im Staub. Romantische Briefe.
Mrs. Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well, here they are.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he? After what he has done.
You believe that he killed your husband?
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Thank you, madam. I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
Ein neuer Hinweis. Judith Carys Briefe, warte mal. Zack. Noch ein Hinweis. Was haben wir hier? Notizbuch holen. Ah, okay. Das Netz bildet sich. Was auch immer das da für ein komisches System da ist.
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list you gave us.
Well done, Wiggins. Let me see.
Hugh Pattins Matrose. James Lancaster Steuermann. Patrick Kearns Harpunier. Rolf Talbot Matrose. John York Smith. Pablo Coventru Harpunier. Von einer Woche verstorben.
This is interesting. Let us review the other sailors now. This is interesting. Let us review the other sailors now. This is interesting. Let us review the other sailors now. This man is a harpooner, and his initials are PC, the same initials that were found on the tobacco pouch. Wiggins, could you gather some information on one of the sailors that you found? His name is Patrick Cairns.
Einige Zeit später.
We found Patrick Cairns.
Good job, Wiggins. Where is he?
He lives in a small furnished dump of a room, but he's always at the Sea Witch pub, where he does arm wrestles for money and drinks.
Excellent. Here is your reward. 2 guineas.
Thank you, sir.
Patrick Cairns. Peter Carey auch nicht. Patrick Cairns überprüfen. Wenn der Tabakbeutel Patrick Cairns gehört, zeigt das, dass er am Tatort war. Aber das muss zuerst bewiesen werden.
If I wish to speak to Cairns without alarming him, I had better dress as a sailor.
Ah, jetzt kommt das zum Einsatz. Man kann sich verkleiden. Nein, das ist das falsche Zimmer. Das ist wahrscheinlich das Zimmer von Watson. Wenn er sich da immer hier aufhält. Seemann. Kleiner Schock. Seemann.
Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch.
Mit dem Hut sieht das schrecklich aus, aber gut. Kneipe Sea Witch. Seehexe. So. Welcher von euch Herren ist das denn? Ja, hier wird Arm gedrückt. Nee, doch nicht. Der da? Ganz alleine? Patrick Cairns.
Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
We've heard all about the gambling on arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
Suits me.
Oh, jetzt muss ich schon A drücken hier. Betrachten Sie den Gesichtsausdruck von Patrick Cairns, um seine Aktion zu erkennen. Attackieren, verteidigen, warten. Aha. Drücken zum Attackieren. Halten, verteidigen. Ich habe keine Ahnung. Ich habe keine Ahnung, wie das funktionieren soll. Die Taste glüht. Okay. Verteidigen. Muss vielleicht aufladen und dann X drücken. Jetzt warten. Und jetzt drücken. So. Nein, er hat mich besiegt. Verdammt.
That's the arm that killed 100 whales. Care to lose another 10 shillings?
Machen wir weiter.
I'm ready to try again.
Das will ich jetzt wissen.
If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that.
Klatsch, jawohl. Geht doch.
You were lucky. I wasn't focused. Let's go again.
Nochmal. Goldener Ohrring. Pirat hier. Billige Kleidung. Kräftige Arme. Gelbe Fingernägel. Kommt vom Rauchen. Oh, Seemannstattoo. Wir können gerne nochmal
I'm
eine Runde
ready to
machen.
try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that.
Komm. Okay. Diesmal dauert es etwas länger. Diesmal drückt er aber auch wirklich, oder? Na komm schon. Komm, das kriegt mich doch hin. Das krieg ich doch hin. Komm, Sherlock. Komm, Sherlock. Komm. Das gibt's doch nicht. Gibt's doch nicht. Das war wohl reines Glück vorher gewesen. Gesichtsausdruck soll man erkennen. Ja. Ich gebe auf.
I've had enough. You're too strong.
Come back later when you can use your arms again.
Oder muss ich ihn besiegen? Patrick Kearns ist ein erfahrener Harpunier, der im Moment keine Arbeit und auch kein Geld hat. Meistens kann man ihn in der Kneipe Seawitch vorfinden, einem Etablissement vornehmlich für Seemänner, die um Geld andrücken machen. Wie so viele andere Matrosen ist auch Kearns ein starker Raucher, was man an seinen gelben Fingern erkennen kann. Liam Hurtley ist ein Fremder, der von der Polizei verhaftet wurde, weil er zu später Stunde in der Nähe von Woodman's Lee herumgestreunert ist. Er ist ein ehemaliger Soldat, der nach einer Nackenverletzung durch einen Granatsplitter ehrenhaft aus dem Dienst entlassen wurde. Er führt mittlerweile ein ruhiges Leben als Gärtner.
I cannot leave yet. I am not finished here.
Ich muss das zu Ende bringen? Also muss ich ihn besiegen, oder was? Ich muss ihn besiegen, okay. verstehe dieses Prinzip gerade nicht. Wenn ich halte, passiert da eh nichts. Er drückt mich trotzdem runter. Ah, die arme Taste. Ich verstehe das Prinzip nicht beim Armdrücken her. Ach, wollen Sie diesen Abschnitt wirklich überspringen? Ja, ist mir irgendwie zu doof.
Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink. You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Keine Arbeit?
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So, as a result, find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
Harpunier.
A harpooner. Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Of course. It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything. Old Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great Roger. We sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Schwarzer Peter.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumors about that one.
He was the worst of them all. He was a liar, and violent too. Swinging those fists of his around. He was a tyrant, and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes. I was told terrible tales about Black Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Einen weiteren Drink?
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened. The August of that year. Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she'd foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
Wer war er?
And who was he?
I don't know. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And of course, nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
Sie wissen es, oder?
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the railing in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course.
Tabakbeutel unterschieben. Auf die Toilette gehen.
Back in a second. I'm off to the Kazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
Here it is.
Ich tu mal so, als wäre ich auf der Toilette gewesen, ne?
Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, oh, it is.
Wir hören voneinander.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
Wenn euch das Video gefallen hat, macht einen Daumen nach oben. Abonniert den Kanal, um nichts zu verpassen. Dann sehen wir uns auch im nächsten Video wieder. Ich bedanke mich für die Aufmerksamkeit und verabschiede mich recht herzlich. Ciao, tschüss, euer Nightkid. Und im nächsten Video erfahren wir, wie es weitergeht. Auf der Suche nach dem Mörder. Vielleicht haben wir ihn sogar schon eben gesehen.